Hello, it's Saturday. I believe it's January 4th. It's the day after January 3rd, 2025. Crazy that I'm saying that still. Um, it's only a couple of days. It's not even 5 days in, not even 7 days in, but we're in. We're in. So now it's time to start living like it's 1999. No, 2025. That's right. We almost forgot, but we didn't, did we? So, another day, and we're weekending right now. Saturday, in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Again, I'm still trying to make it another day than the 4th, aren't I? May the 4th be with you. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, so here we are. Another day, a weekend. This is the first week of January 2025. And what have you done with your week? I'm very curious, actually. Um, what do you want to do with this next coming week? Tomorrow is a reset. It's the 5th, it's Sunday, it's a new day. It's a new day. Sunday fun day? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you know that I do wear glasses. I'm look all intellectual now. Um, so I was trying to decide what I want Saturday to be when it comes to this thing that we're doing. Um, I think I want it to be story time, Saturday story time. When I was a little kid, I'd go watch Saturday morning cartoons, which aren't a thing anymore, evidently. But yeah, watch Saturday morning cartoons, and I loved it. I love the Schoolhouse Rocks. I actually saw a T-shirt of that. It made me feel really old, and I don't know. I feel like it was a golden time. But that time has passed. You can still find it, I think, streaming on YouTube of all places, probably, or maybe behind a paywall somewhere. But um, I remember a lot of those songs. There was actually a Schoolhouse Rocks record. I think some popular bands at the time did covers of it. Um, I know that you will, but today you're still just a bill. I butchered that, but it's okay. It's okay. Taught me how to taught me what a bill was in Congress. Um, I did not see a lot of pigs running around being stuffed, but hey, we all saw our own little thing, didn't we? We all had our little version of the truth when it came to growing up. Um, I had a pretty cool growing up. We didn't have a lot of money, but we were very, very, very tight. We had our family was very affectionate, and it taught us to be that, and honestly, to love people, and it sticks with me. It's um, I can be kind of a bastard sometimes, but most of the time, I'm a sweetheart. Um, I do believe in telling the truth all the time. Sometimes people don't like that. Nowadays, the truth is not a big thing. It's not a thing anymore. People want what they want to hear, and anything besides that is obic or whatever word you want to put in there, and then obic, which means fear. And I don't really fear a lot of things. I think a lot of people do fear a lot of things, though. I've been thinking about what story to tell. Um, Okay. Ooh, I dropped that, but no cuts. We're not gonna cut. We're gonna keep going. They're gonna keep it rolling, 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 rolling. Huh. I know y'all be loving it right here. Sorry, I'm in a mood, but it's a good mood. Um, let's see. Huh. Trying to think of a good story. I don't want a sad story. I have a lot of sad stories. I have some exciting stories, but I want a good, juicy story, and it needs to be a quick story. I don't want to keep you guys too long tonight. So, okay, okay. Not. I really don't want to do a lot of silence here. I'm having silent moments, and that's a no-no when it comes to this type of thing. It's if you want to call it a vlog or not, but um, I remember we were on a road trip. Some friends of mine. We lived in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and we were going to this festival. Everybody tries to go to a festival on in the summertime. Some of us wanted to go to Burning Man. None of us were prepared for a Burning Man situation, but we did take a ride, and um, I remember we all piled into these Vanagons, two different kinds. I think one was a Mitsubishi, one was, I don't know, Toyota, something like that. They were older vans. Nobody really maintained them enough for a road trip, but we went anyway. We didn't make it out of Ohio before one of the vehicles broke down, which is kind of crazy. Um, and I'm not going to say any names. You guys, if you ever watch this, you'll know who you are. But some of us, I think there was like 8 of us. 4 of us were in one van, 4 of us were in another van, and we were in this little town on the outskirts of Ohio, right before you get to the next place. I actually don't know. I don't remember which direction we went. I know we were going to Wyoming. So, but anyway, the car broke down. We knew that there was an overheating issue with the car, and so we were stuck. And we were stuck on this kind of lonely road, and we were a couple of miles from a garage. But we tried to get a hold and go see a garage. And keep in mind, cell phones were not a huge thing back then. We're talking 2002, 2003. Wasn't a big thing. Phones. We had flip phones, we had messaging phones. You really didn't have like super smartphones. I think 2004, 2005 maybe was iPhone. And that was a music player first. And then at some point it became a phone before everybody stopped making phone calls. But anyway, I have more to this story, but I'm just going to tell you about this part of the story. One of our friends, very athletic, um, she was thirsty and she saw a bottle of Gatorade and she started sipping on the Gatorade and she's like, I don't. And the guy who owned the van was like, where'd you get that bottle of Gatorade? She says, oh, over here behind the seat. He says, no, 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 no. That's not Gatorade. That's antifreeze. I don't know if you know, but antifreeze will hurt you. It possibly kill you. Um, we were very, very lucky that she only took a couple sips, and it had been diluted more than more than the recommended thing. So she had just a little bit of this antifreeze, but it was frightening. And that was the start of our road trip. And the road trip lasted weeks. Um, I ended up in a totally different place. I actually abandoned my apartment when I left for the road trip. Um, I just was still kind of the person that would throw darts at a map and move there. And I wanted an adventure, so we went on an adventure. Very, very cool. One day I'll expand on that. But suffice to say, we did. A couple of us left, a couple of us stayed with our friend to make sure she didn't die. And we ended up getting a mechanic to go and tow the vehicle. And they got fixed, and we went on our trip. Craziness happened after that. Um, there was some art theft. There was some espionage, not actual espionage, but betrayal of a person by another person in a relationship, and under the guise of going with us on this trip. That again is another story. I may expand on that one day. Let me know if you want to hear more about that story, our road to Rainbow, the Rainbow Gathering. Um, it was kind of wild. It was kind of wild. Um, so many memories. I've lived in 14 states altogether in my many years here, even though technically I'm not very old. I feel sometimes I'm very old, but I know that I have time ahead of me. Maybe. Like I said, we're not promised tomorrow, but live for today. Do you have a crazy story? Do you have a road trip story? Let me know. Um, I really need to get into the habit of saying um, like and subscribe. Um, I will have some graphics up at some point. I feel like it's kind of a necessity. So I will get a little fancy next week, starting next week. But this week, I kind of like being a little bit candid, just me and you, and just talking, which is what everybody should do, not just through a, a monitor, through an electronic pathway, but face to face. We should all do something face to face every day. Um, there's kind of a one way interaction. We do have, like I said, you can comment, you can ask questions, you can like, dislike, tell me how much you don't like me. Luckily, I have a lot of confidence, so I don't really, not affected by that kind of thing. But I know people that are, and I wish those people strength. Uh, the more I think about things, the more I think about relationships. Um, I've been wanting to get back into my photography, and that's one of the projects I'm going to talk to you about next week. Um, I have a heart for photography. There's something about taking a moment in time and capturing it, you know, capturing it forever. There are pictures that I've taken where the location I've taken those pictures isn't there anymore. And I took that picture, and who knows how many other people took that picture, but it's not there. I have a picture, it's called Kismet, and it's two trees growing together. And it was in a field. The field was plowed. There's woods in the back there, but these two trees grew up basically the same height, living off each other's root structure, coexisting. I think about that a lot. I think about relationships and what goals people have for relationships. You know, I know some people, they genuinely want to be a part of a person, I know with marriage, a lot of people have a sour taste in their mouth about marriage, and I guess it's kind of earned. But in my time in restaurants and being doing the chef thing, and just we used to take 2 bottles of ketchup and marry them. We used to call them marrying the ketchups and the condiments and the salt and pepper shakers and all and stuff like that. But what you did was you took a part of one thing, you took a part of another thing, and you poured it in and you made it a full thing. And I think that's what marriage was for a lot of people back in the day. And I think a lot of people would love to have something like that. Um, I love capturing pictures. I love capturing moments. And for that time, if it's a good moment, you capture it and you can recall it and bring it back. And it brings back those feelings. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Not everybody can afford photography. Um, I was getting to the point where I was charging pretty good, and it was worth it. I feel like I offer a good product, but more than anything, I have a way that I liked um, taking pictures, and maybe I'll show you some of that at some point. One day I'll tell you about that and explore that a little bit. But I think we did okay today. Weird start, I think. I started off a little kooky. That's me. But it's okay. I feel like as long as you're yourself, you're going to be okay. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you get into an adventure tomorrow. I'm on the East Coast. They say they're supposed to get storms the next 2 days, and I like storms. I like snowstorms. I don't like the cold, but I don't mind being in, cozied up. Um, but maybe you have somebody to cozy up to. Maybe you have a nice weighted blanket. Maybe you have a comfy bed or a body pillow. Um, maybe you have a little one that gets scared at night, that you let them come in and hold and make a fort with. But I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow, Sunday the 5th. Um, this has been January the 4th, 2025. Be well, and please remember, hate is a cancer, and love is the answer.